It is about time we start speaking of the price predictions for PLTR, which is otherwise called Palantir stock. Before we get into where exactly we see Palantir in the upcoming years, it is important to tell you a few things about Palantir itself, the kind of work they do, and the objectives they've set for themselves to be achieved by the end of each financial year. PLTR is often loved for its growth, idealistic and bold missions, and the employees which it has within it. Welcome to today's video, where we will speak about PLTR stock price predictions and the long-term price targets for the same. Stay tuned to the end of the video to get more information on how things could continue in the longer run. Alex Karp is the co-founder and CEO of Palantir, which is also called PLTR. He says that it is imperative for companies to think ahead, at least 5 years ahead. The objective of this company is to achieve national security in the best possible manner. It took around 5 years for their first project to roll out, called Palantir Gotham. This project was aimed at national security and is still generating heavy revenue. In fact, Gotham is the primary revenue source for the entire PLTR. Apart from Gotham PLTR, there have also been 2 more products, called the Palantir Foundry and Palantir Apollo, the latter being support software for both the initial ones. Later, they started expanding into defense, law enforcement, and other such regimes as they began to gain governmental trust and increase the revenue they earned each financial year. It was a part of their aggressive move that PLTR started off with Gotham in 2012 to enter into other diverse markets and start utilizing all the other opportunities they had around them. The most crucial element that any industry must have when an investor looks to invest in it is the growth that the company potentially has. In the absence of growth, it makes not much sense for investors to use their hard-earned money in that company. A person can derive a great value out of the stocks by investing in the companies which have the chances of getting established in the market due to their uniqueness of ideas and similar factors. The yearly growth a person must look for while investing must be in double digits. For PLTR, we expect growth in the 30% region through 2021. PLTR works with all kinds of organizations that includes governments and business of all types, big and small. This means that their market potential is close to infinite due to the wide array of operations conducted by them. When this combines with the level of customer satisfaction that we have for PLTR at the moment, it is indicative of even higher growth for this particular company. Furthermore, PLTR's website claims that its mission is to help its users, the people doing hard work, on complex real-world problems. They can do this by writing software that enables effective analysis against complicated data-driven problems. On the first look at this mission published by a company with such potential, it looks really general. But once you start using the company's software platforms, the impression shifts focus to the level of detail they provide in their work. It can generally be said that the major objective of PLTR is to end terrorism and save jobs. In a recent interview with the CEO, it was noticed that Alex Karp admitted this objective, which was pointed out moments ago here, to affirm that the need for having more people working as efficiently as someone with a PhD in software would do was high. By this, he meant that once the volunteers who've been working with PLTR start understanding what blends well with what and gain experience, they would certainly have the work quality equivalent to a person with more than one PhD. He believes that it is imperative for other companies and society to stop destroying jobs. What they do is prevent these jobs from getting destroyed, adding to which he also said that the west coast of America is eating every job off from the planet, which will become a problem for our society. The mission of any company determines to be a great extent to how the company will develop over the coming years. If you look closely, you will find that whenever an investor shows an interest in investing in a particular company, he or she will certainly try to understand what the goal or motive of that company is. This is where PLTR stands different from other companies. With automation hitting the industry and making life harder for many people who used to do the jobs which at one time were being done manually and lose their valuable jobs, they find nowhere to go. A building's success depends a lot on its mission, as this is the part that drives everyone towards the end goal. The best example, which could totally justify this, would be the work done by Tesla. Tesla has made sustainability its end goal and has strived to ensure that the manner we live in does not affect nature adversely. This drew such an amount of attention towards this company. Combining that with the genius Elon Musk himself is, there was no stopping Tesla from reaching the top. In fact, if you look at the stories of Pltr and Tesla together, the common thing anyone could find is the desire these companies had for sustainability and society. With humanity being at the height of its intelligence, smartest people and the best companies to ever have been manufactured, combined with a few of the most challenging problems left to be solved in society, Pltr has decided to bring together all these benefits which we have to fight against a few common problems which society faces: terrorism and job scarcity. There are a few major reasons why this company has the potential to become a very successful one in the long run. Following are a few of the milestones which Pltr has already achieved. Number 1. An energy company to find an additional $315 million in cost-saving opportunities through the use of their software. The company is now targeting $1 billion in total savings by the end of that year, merely through the use of their platform. Secondly, another company turned to Palantir as they suffered a major loss after investing for more than $100 million in one enterprise software that eventually failed to yield the desired results. Thirdly, the work done by this software in healthcare organizations across the federal government increased this year, and the work with the nation's defense and intelligence, including the US Army, Navy, and Air Force, continued to increase. Even though all the above-mentioned points are mere assertions which the management has made through multiple occasions in the past, the overall result shows that Palantir's software has had tremendous value to their customers, which is what gives them the potential to increase their value in the long run, making them successful. People also call Palantir to be a future monopoly of software companies. By the end of 2021, which is rather a shorter term compared to what we were trying to decipher through this video, we see Pltr to be at a minimum of $25, with a target of $35 and a bull case of $50, given that things go right for Palantir in 2021. Based on all that we told you about the potential this company has within it and the kind of work this company does, we see these costs to rise to be at the minimum of $100, the target of $200, and a bull case of $300 by the end of 2025, which is around 4 to 5 years from now. The targets we mentioned through this video are arbitrary and are not mentioned with an intention to influence your investment strategies. It is always better to use your own due diligence before getting into the market and making decisions based on what you feel could potentially be the right path for you to build your profile in the investors market. As we mentioned earlier, Pltr is known for its growth, innovation, and bold strategy and management. With their forward-thinking capabilities, Palantir has the ability to foresee and act accordingly on the potential needs of the market in the upcoming future, almost up to 5 years in advance. This manner in which they look at their organization could save their institution and increase productivity, simultaneously creating higher job opportunities than traditional software-making systems or procedures. Palantir valued highly the concepts of data protection and commercial connection that people would potentially have 5 years down the line. Therefore, people did not believe that such software would ever become a necessity to them, but when it did, the rest is history. We hope you made a good choice to build your profile in stocks and make as many profits as possible. As we mentioned earlier, this video is not meant to be a piece of financial advice and purely for entertainment purposes. We do not recommend relying entirely on what has been mentioned here to take huge financial decisions. It is always better to rely on your due diligence. If you like this video, make sure you hit that like button and smash the bell icon, and subscribe to the channel to help us give more information on what is happening in the world of stocks.